Good morning students. Welcome to Surya Vidyaniketan, Giddalur. This video for class 8 students, subject biology. Dear students, previously we discussed about that animal husbandry. So today we will discuss about that rearing of goats and sheep is also related to agriculture. Besides agriculture, cattle rearing and sheep rearing is beneficial to farmers. So along with agriculture, the farmers also they rear that goats and sheep. So it is also beneficial to the farmers. Okay, the cattle rearers to make the fences in their fields. So the farmers they make the fences in their fields. They keep their cattle in that enclosed fencing land. So in the fields at of the crop seasons they keep their sheep and goats in the fenced enclosures. So that's why it is also one side agriculture and another side there is the cattle rearing. It is also beneficial to the farmers. Okay, taking care of animal health is also an equally important task in animal husbandry to give the protection to the cattle. It is also important task in animal husbandry. Most of the times the cattle sheds becomes unclean because of the remain of fodder. So they provide the fodder for their nutrition, but the remain fodder is there as well as urine and dung. So they make that uncleanness. So the waste these wastes away from the dump these waste away from the shed. Otherwise there is a chances to growth of the to multiply the mosquitoes. Care should be taken to prevent the growth of lice and mites on the cattle's body. So here the insects such as mites and lice, there is a chance to grow on their bodies, cattle's body. So care should be taken by the farmers or cattle rearers. Okay, Galikuntu is a common and dangerous disease partially in cows and buffaloes. Okay, here Galikuntu is a common and dangerous disease partially in cows and buffaloes. Okay, sheep and goats suffer from the worm infection such as Nattala Vyadhi. Some parasitic diseases cause damage to liver and intestine. Viral and bacterial diseases also affect the milk production. Partially in rainy season, the cattle are disturbed by the mosquito bites. Cattle can protected by covering mosquito nets, veterinary doctor treatment and health care for these cattle. So that's why the farmer should take care about that animals health condition. Okay, they are affected by the diseases. So to protect from the diseases they also consult a proper veterinary doctor and they use that mosquito nets to protect from these mosquito bites during rainy season. Okay, here milk production. Generally, farmers rear 1 to 5 cattle in their small scale at their homes. Okay, generally the farmers they rear that 1 to 5 cattle at their homes to produce the milk. Okay, they supply fodder from their agriculture fields only. These farmers they collect the fodder, dried grass or green grass from their agriculture field only. Our government treats production of milk as a industry. We get milk from the cattle, so our government it is treat as the dairy industry. So we get milk from the cattle such as cow, buffalo, goats, donkeys, so etc. Okay, look at this pie diagram, students. Cows, buffaloes, goats, donkeys, and camel. So here in our country, maximum the milk production is produced by the cows. Buffaloes in second position. Okay, camel, goats, donkeys. They produce a less quantity of milk. Okay, here let's observe the above the pie diagram. Which animals we get maximum milk production? So maximum milk production from the cows. In which areas the people use camel milk. Generally, these camels they lives in the desert area. Okay, desert. These camels are known as the sheep of the desert. So that's why okay the camel milk is used in the desert area. Okay, here do you ever see the people taking donkey's milk? Why? Okay, why it is preferred? Yes, donkey's milk increase the immunity power. So in our rural areas also they use it as the donkey's milk. So maximum milk production comes from the cows. Okay, among cows, traditional species gives the 2 to 5 liters of milk per day. So in our rural areas, the cows they give the 2 to 5 liters per day. Murrah species are reared in most of the districts in our states. So in our states, Murrah species, okay, that they are reared. So they gives us 2 to 5 liters. They give okay here they give up to 8 liters of milk per day. Okay, Haryana, Jafarabad, Nagpuri are the traditional varieties of cows which give good quality of milk. Okay, Jersey that belongs to England, Holstein that belongs to Denmark are the foreign varieties. Okay, our local variety that is the Murrah species. Okay, not in Haryana, Jafarabad and Nagpuri are the traditional varieties of cows which gives good quality of milk. Okay, some foreign breeds such as Jersey and Holstein are the foreign varieties. Okay, look at this picture, dear students. The first one is the Holstein and second one is the Jersey species. Okay, they give 25 liters of milk per day. They give the 25 liters. Generally, in our traditional local varieties, they give 2 to 5 liters. But Jersey and Holstein, they give that 25 liters of milk per day. These foreign varieties are crossbreeds with our native or local varieties. So the foreign breeds such as Jersey and Holsteins are crossbreed with our local varieties. They give milk 8 to 20 liters per day. When they crossbreed, they provide that 8 to 20 liters milk per day. Cows play a vital role in our in total milk production of our country. So maximum when we observe that pie diagram, maximum amount the maximum milk production comes from the cows. So cows play vital role in total milk production of our country. In our country, the cows they produce the maximum, okay, maximum milk production. Out of milk production in our country, 60% is used to prepare cheese, kova, ghee, curd, milk powder and other milk products. Okay, out of milk production in our country, 60% is used to prepare the cheese, kova, ghee, curd, milk powder and other milk products. There are number of dairy farms in our states. The milk in dairy farm is collected from households and pasteurized. So in our village we may observe that dairy the people they collect that milk from the farmers and it is sent to the dairy. They are pasteurized. So what is pasteurized? Pasteurization. Okay, in this process what will happen? Okay, pasteurization, in this process milk is heated up to 72 degrees Celsius for 15 to 30 minutes and then chilled and stored. So the milk is heated up to 72 degrees Celsius for 15 to 30 minutes and then chilled and stored. This prevents the growth of the microorganisms. This process was discovered by the Louis Pasteur. So this method is known as the pasteurization method. So we know that in third chapter we discussed about that Louis Pasteur. who discovered that fermentation process. So here also the process of pasteurization was discovered by the Louis Pasteur. So in this process, the milk is heated up to 72 degrees Celsius. And then chilled and stored in a polythene bags. So here by this process uh, here there is to prevent the growth of the microorganisms. Okay, thank you students, thank you.